Hi, welcome back to channel BRILL Learnings. In this video, I will cover previous year maths questions related to CTET Paper 1, which was conducted in the month of August 2023. Without further delay, let's move on to the first question. Priyadarshi mixed 4.8 kg of almonds, 2500 grams of raisins, and 3.5 kg of cashews and packed the mixture equally into 3 dozens. 3 dozens means 3 into 12 gives us 36 portions. So after adding all these values, we need to divide those values into 36 equal parts. That is our criteria. So 4000, convert this 4.8 kgs into grams. 4.8 into, that gives us 4800. So 3.5 kg into, convert this also into grams. So 3500. And we have 2500 grams of raisins. So add up all these values: 0, 0, 18, 610. That means 10800, 10800 grams. We need to divide this whole value into 36 equal packets. So divide this value with 36. 36 ones, 36 threes, 0, 0. So our answer is 300 grams. Each packet weighs 300 grams. So option 3 is our answer. Let's move on to the next question. A side of a square is 5 cm. How many times will the new area become if the side of the square is doubled? That means if I have A initially, side A initially, then our area will be A square. If I doubled this side, that means 2A. I have to square whole value, right? So 2A square. That means I will get 4A square. Initially it is A square. Now it is 4 times A square. That means 4 times. Otherwise you can calculate. First we have side as 5 centimeter. Find the area 5 square. That means we will get 25 here. Now double the side. Double the side means 2A. That means we will get it as 10 here. Now square that 10 value, we will get 100. How many times it's raised? 4 times, right? That is our answer. Let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following groups have all 3-dimensional shape? Let's draw all these for your understanding purpose. So first one is cube. You know this. It is a 3D figure with all sides equal. Now cuboid. Cuboid means all dimensions are unequal. It is cuboid. It is also a 3D figure. Length, breadth, height. Okay. Here, A. All sides are equal. Coming to semicircle. Semicircle means half of the circle. It is not a 3D figure. It is a 2-dimensional figure. Okay. And cone. Cone is a 3D again. Cone is a 3D. It has this shape. Okay. It is a with radius r. Okay. Let's move on to the next option. So first one is wrong. Semicircle is not a 3D figure. Cube, okay, cuboid 3D. Circle, it's not a 3D figure. So eliminate this option also. Now cube, okay, cuboid, circle. So eliminate this option also. Last one is our answer. Cube, cuboid, sphere, cylinder. All are. Cylinder means this is cylinder. It is also a 3-dimensional figure. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Sangeeta wants to buy a soap that costs 10 rupees. She has 5 rupee coin. First write this 5 rupee to 1 rupee coin. That means 2 rupees. 550 pice coin. 50 pice into 5. That means 2.5. So 2.5 rupee. How much more money does she need to buy the soap? It is equal to, it should be equal to this value, sum x is equal to how much? 10 rupees. So value is 10 rupees. So here we have 9.5 rupee. That means 50 pice more she need to buy the soap. So that means our answer is second one. Let's move on to the next question. Select the group of fractions in an ascending order. It means increasing order we have to arrange them. Okay, if you can write 1 by value, 1 by 3 value and 1 by 2 value directly, no need to take LCM. Okay, 1 by 4 means if you can multiply this value with 100 by 100, then you will get the fraction value. Okay, 4 ones are 4 25s are 25 by 100 means 0.25. 1 by 3 means 100 and 100. Okay, so you will get 3 ones are 3 3s are 1 carry forward, 3 3s are 3 3s are 3 3s are like this. Okay, that means 0.3333 and so on up to infinite. Okay, 1 by 2 into 100 by 100, that means 2 ones are 2 50s, 0.5 here. So which one is highest value here? So third one is the highest and the first one is the least. So they are in ascending order only. So first one is our answer. What is the missing number in the pattern given below? So they have given on pattern 1, 6, 15, 45, 66 and 91. First notice the difference between these numbers. Okay, so here the difference is plus 5, here the difference is plus 9, here we don't know and here we don't know. 5 plus 16 21 and here 4 and 21 means 25. If you again observe here the difference, every time 4 value is being added here, right? That means for this term also I have to add 4 more. That means 9 plus 4 13. 13 should be added here. Okay, 13 means 328 here. Second one is the right option. Let's move on to the next question. In the following table, they have given blood groups and number of students. Okay, so what is the ratio of the most common and the rarest blood group? Most common means more number of students. Here most common is 12. They are asking about ratio between most common to the rarest. Rarest means AB. So here 3. That means 3 ones are 3 fours are means 4 is to 1 here. Third one is our right answer. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following statement isn't true? In order to solve these kind of questions, you must know the properties of all quadrilaterals first. Let's check all these options one by one. A kite becomes a rectangle if its opposite angles are equal. First try a kite here. Here this side are equal and these two sides are equal. This angle and this angle are equal. This angle and this angle are not equal here. These are the properties of kite. In order to make these two angles and these two angles equal, first I need to make their opposite sides equal. Why? Because angles are always in proportion to their opposite sides. That means if I want these two angles here and here are already equal, that means no need to do anything here. But in order to make this angle and this angle equal, I have to bring this length and this length equal to this side. Okay, so it will become rhombus here. If I make this length equal to this length, that means like this, then it will become a rhombus. Why? Because in rhombus opposite sides are equal. Okay, this angle is equal to this angle, this angle is equal to this angle, and all ends are equal. These are the properties of rhombus. This is rhombus and this is kite. So when we make the angles, kite's opposite angles equal, it will become a rhombus, not rectangle. So first one is wrong. Let's move on to the next option. A rectangle becomes a square if all its sides are equal. A rectangle becomes, this is rectangle, right? So it will become a square if all its sides are equal. Then it will become a square. So this statement is right. A rhombus becomes a square if all its angles are equal. Rhombus, just now I told the properties of a rhombus, right? So this is property, all sides are equal but opposite angles are only equal here. So if I make all these angles equal, that means all angles are 90, then it will become square only. Why? All sides are already equal, that is why it will become a square. So this is also right option. A parallelogram becomes a rectangle if all its angles are equal. A parallelogram becomes a rectangle if all its angles are equal. Parallelogram, first try parallelogram. This is parallelogram. Just look like rectangle only, but angles will not be 90 degrees here. So all adjacent angles are equal to 180 degrees. Okay, here angle are equal, here angles, opposite angles are equal here, and this side length are equal, these two are equal. These are the properties of a parallelogram. Okay, what if angles are equal? What happens if I make all these angles 90, 90, 90, 90? Then definitely it will become as rectangle. Okay, so this option is also right answer. What they are asking about, which is the wrong statement here? So first one is our answer. Let's